Hi everybody, my name is Ming, and today we're going to talk about the Profit First model. I love to read personal development and business books, and today's book is Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. He also has other books like The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, The Pumpkin Plan, Clockwork. I've read all of them, but we're going to focus on one at a time. So today is Profit First. So Profit First, and he has it for every industry. So you can grab Profit First for real estate agents, Profit First for real estate investors, Profit First for contractors. So whatever your industry is, you can pick it up and grab it. There's so many good tips. Well, before I read the book, I never saved for myself as an entrepreneur. I was always guilty or felt guilty about paying myself any form of paycheck, as an owner or entrepreneur, because I didn't feel that my business could afford it, or I didn't feel like I deserved it. So going forward, after I read the book, now he frees up all of that guilt, right? So he teaches us, first of all, we're not in this for charity. Entrepreneurs are in business to make money. So he changes your whole mindset, and he teaches you what is appropriate to pay yourself. So you can start off at 1% for each of these buckets I'm about to explain, or you could go all the way up depending on what your business can handle, and then you'll determine like the healthier your business. So the healthier your business is you can pay yourself accordingly. There's multiple buckets that you could put your money in, but let's focus on at least the three main ones. The first one is the profit bucket. The second one is the tax bucket. And the third one is the reserve bucket. So this is how it works. This is so exciting. I love this topic. Every single time you get paid, every time income comes into your bank account, you have to split it up. So you have your expenses on one hand, and then you have those three buckets I talked about. So you're going to have your operating account, and that's going to take care of all your bills, but make sure you put a percentage in each of these buckets. You're going to put a percentage in the profit bucket. You're going to put a percentage into the tax bucket and a percentage in the reserves bucket. Now, like I said, you can start off by 1% each time if your business is new, or if you just don't profit a lot. That's fine if you don't have a lot of revenue, but you're building up a muscle memory. So you want to at least get into that habit of putting in at least 1% every time you get paid. So every time you get paid, it could be every 2 weeks, every 1 week, every month, whatever you decide, but just make sure you put in a percentage every single time you get paid or on a schedule. So for me personally, since my primary income is from rental industry, I do my deposits every single month. So every time I get my rent deposits in for the total month, I will, add it up how much I got or how much I'm anticipating that month, and then I'll put that appropriate percentage in those buckets. So what it forces you to do is it forces you to pay yourself. So now, since I started, after I read this book, I get a paycheck every single month. I pay myself because from that profit bucket, right? Every single month, I'm putting taxes aside in that tax bucket. Every single month, I'm putting reserves aside in the reserves bucket. So the reserves I use for if something happens in the tenant houses, if something breaks, an emergency comes up, or unexpected or increased insurance, or I can also use it for investing in new property, right? The tax bucket is there to pay my annual taxes, or on a quarterly basis, I can pay my taxes. But sometimes I don't even have to pay taxes, or I don't have to pay a lot of taxes because of all the expenses. Now, when that happens and you have a lot of tax money left over, you can distribute it either to your other buckets if you like, if you need to, or you could just roll it over to the next year. So, and then also what my favorite feature is you get to bonus yourself every single quarter. Whatever you have in a reserves bucket, you could bonus yourself 50% from that reserves bucket and give it to yourself. So it's sort of like paying yourself dividends from a stock portfolio. Since you are the owner, you can pay yourself 50% of whatever is in the reserves bucket and pay yourself. So you just bonused yourself. You're getting paid every single month or whatever your schedule is. Plus, every quarter you can look forward to getting a bonus. So when I read this book, y'all, it was mind blowing. I mean, first of all, it changed my mindset. Second of all, it made me so happy because now I pay myself and I look forward to a paycheck on a consistent basis because of this model. before reading this book, I was guilty, or I felt guilty rather. I felt so guilty, like, oh, I can't pay myself as an entrepreneur, because of course I was just buying stuff I needed, but it wasn't a structured system. And, you know, I wasn't giving myself what I actually deserved and worked for. So, and then also, guess what? You can also give yourself raises. So on a quarterly basis, you can give yourself raises depending on the health of your business. So the moral of the whole story, you're supposed to put yourself on a schedule. This way you can see how healthy your business is by doing this model. Without the model, I don't even think it's possible. Because if you're not able to pay yourself, then that means your business is not healthy. Every business should profit. And this is a key point. Like some people think because their business is new or because their business is in the red that they can't afford to pay themselves a profit. That's wrong. I don't care if your business makes $5 or $10 a month. You can still do 1% of whatever that is. Like I said before, it's building that muscle memory, building that habit. So even if you're paying yourself $5 or $10 or $1 or $2 after that 1% kicks in, so what? On the next quarter, you just increase until you get to your desired raise or your desired amount. So that is so important, just to have that mindset, just to have that habit, and, you know, just to always, and then you'll feel better by paying yourself because you'll perform harder, you know, better, because you know this paycheck is coming, and, you know, you'll just be like a better employee in your own business. I love this model, Profit First. I hope you adopt it too. It's so many different benefits to it. And most of all, your mindset will change. You will feel like you're deserving in your business. And this has to do with limited beliefs too. Sometimes us as entrepreneurs don't even feel like we deserve to get paid, or don't even think there's enough money to get paid, but we did not get into this business not to get paid, right? We didn't sign up for charity. This is a business and we have to treat it as such. Pay yourself a schedule. Pay all your buckets like they're supposed to be, like your taxes. That way you don't, when the end of the year comes or your quarterly tax time comes, you don't have to wonder where the money is coming from because you already have that bucket set aside. So when tax time comes, I don't fret like I used to before and scrape up the money when it's due on a quarterly basis or annual basis. I go to my account and the money is already there because I've been putting it there every single month, like a portion of it, a percentage of it. And another thing I want to point out and emphasize is how you know your business is healthy is if the object of the game is to spend less money on expenses and more money for those 3 buckets. The more you're able to increase as those quarters go past, that's how you know your business is getting healthier and healthier. So that's a key point. Thank you for tuning in to Lazy Money Circle, and we're going to continue talking about this topic and other topics from other books later. Bye-bye.